Welcome back. I'm working on the distributor here of our 69 Camaro. Now this is a Points Eliminator electronic ignition kit from ACCEL, and it really installs easily. You just need simple hand tools. You don't have to take the distributor apart. Remember, points ignition, the problem with them is when the points start to wear, the timing changes, the dwell time changes, which affects your coil saturation, and then of course that's going to affect fuel mileage. So why not go to a modern day system with electronic ignition? So once we eliminate here the points base and the condenser, it's real easy to go ahead and put our parts in. ACCEL has a great set of instructions that comes with this Points Eliminator electronic ignition kit. Just tightening this last screw up. Let me explain what I did. There's a plate that went in right where the points had been, and that mounts the electronic module to it. You route the wires right down through. They give you a grommet, your wiring coming out here. Now a couple things I checked, and you want to do this on your distributor. Make sure the vacuum advance is good. So I used my vacuum pump, checked my vacuum advance, and it's fine. There's no problems with the diaphragm. The other thing, I checked the centrifugal advance. That's the part that moves here. I've lubricated it, and there's no wear in it or no extreme usage in it. So again, for the mileage that's on this car and the age, everything was great here, but be sure to check that. Once you have that installed, now the reason we didn't have to pull the distributor apart, normally you'd have to drive this roll pin out, take the gear out, and take the shaft. They make the window that actually is the point that breaks the electronic ignition, and they make it in two pieces. So I put one piece up under this side, one under this side, slip the bolts up through, I put the rotor on, and you're ready to go. Remember your rotor's keyed, you have a square hole and a round hole, so be sure you put your rotor on right, ready to slip the distributor back in and align it, you're ready to fire the car up.
It should go right in there for you, pal.
Well, I had it lined up. Hopefully it'll drop right in where it should be.
If you don't run into finish with the oil pump drive shaft, you'll be all right. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. Oh, perfect. Perfect. All right, we got our distributor back in. And, you know, we're going to put some ignition system pieces on this. First thing is we're going to use these shorter U-groove spark plugs from ACCEL. You can see how much shorter they are. That gives you clearance around the headers, which is always important. Some headers are real tight. And, of course, where your boot goes on, you want a nice boot to fit good on the plug. And again, this is a set of Extreme 9000. These are ferro spiral wires. They got a coating on the spark plug boot that reflects the heat. That'll help your boots last a long time, keep your plugs firing good. And of course, you know, we've got a distributor cap here. And this cap from ACCEL also. And it's nice and high. It's got good contacts in it. They're brass, they're copper. And that gives you good conductivity.
It certainly does, and you need that, especially between the rotor and the cap, to make sure your energy transfers. The other thing, too, we're going to use a new coil. Now, it's going to look exactly like the original oil-filled coil, but it's designed for the electronic ignition.
That's right. It's the ACCEL Super Stock. Now, again, you can't use the points coil with the electronic ignition and get the right kind of spark. This is going to give you plenty of spark. You're going to have the capacity to be over 50,000 volts, probably closer to 60,000 if you need it. You shouldn't need it with new plugs, wires, cap, and rotor. We bolt this all together, get our wires loomed up, and of course we're ready to start it, but we're going to go ahead and do a couple things to the cooling system, but right now we need to take a break. So stick around. When we get back, we'll finish up the cooling system and make this thing make smoke. What do you think, buddy?
I think, yeah, I got it in. I just got it in.